If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Cheers back again and welcome to episode number 7 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 16. In the last episode we made our way out of the transfer window, so now we're in the full season proper, and as you can see we're training everybody still, and quite a few players are actually continuing to grow quite nicely. So I'm still trying to rotate some of the players that I train with just to make sure the majority of the youth players are able to actually get some training. We don't end up concentrating on just 5 players when there's probably say 10 to 12 in the squad that are quite young that could do with the training improvements. But we move into the Champions League. This is our first foray into Europe in this entire series so far. We start with a home game against Sevilla. If you go on to enjoy today's episode, then of course make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If we could hit over 2,000 likes again, that would be absolutely incredible. I'm very thankful for all the support you guys have been showing on the channel recently. And of course, if you are new, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. But we're playing in rather poor conditions here against Sevilla. And they've got a strong side, actually. Obviously, no Carlos Bacca now, as he's moved on to AC Milan. No Ivan Rakitic, as he moved on 12 months ago to Barcelona. But they do still have some dangerous players. They've brought in, obviously, Steven Nzonzi from Stoke. It's actually, as far as I'm concerned, a very, very good signing for Sevilla. I do highly rate Steven Nzonzi, and he should be able to bring an added side of physicality to Sevilla's game in La Liga for domestic football. In Europe, obviously, we know how to deal with a player like Steven Nzonzi, considering he suits the BPL quite well, as he's a tall, strong, physical player. So we're hoping that we could still deal with him and hopefully try and put together some nice moves to get ourselves and win to start our Champions League campaign this year. So you can see Oscar gets it around the corner to Matic. Scored from a similar distance against Everton yesterday. Unfortunately, this time though, not able to find the back of the net, as it was straight at Beto and he made a good save. So they've got Kevin Gamero up top as their main strike force, although they do have players like Eva Banega sat just behind him, who's quite creative. Jose Antonio Reyes obviously putting dangerous balls into the box like that will be a problem. Luckily for me though, Athby was able to get there to clear it away before either the keeper was able to come out and punch it, or the striker at the back post was waiting to put it away. We caught them on the counter-attack from that particular move as well. Remy cutting inside. The CPU read me there, but luckily we were able to skip past the challenge. Pedro gets inside there, tries to whip it to the bottom corner, but another good save by Beto, the goalkeeper, keeps us out. Obviously, you got a man in the match performance in the Europa League final last year to get an orange man in the match card on Ultimate Team last year, and he's putting in a man in the match display here against us in this one. Bertrand Traore not able to find his way past the Portuguese just yet. As you can see, Pedro picking up the ball with 10 minutes to go now from this throw-in. Not really too many options on there, but he manages to squeeze it through to Kennedy, who came off the bench. Ramirez into Traore. Can't turn one way, so turns back the other, gives it to Ramirez. You can see how many white shirts there are back here, just trying to find a way through. Eventually Ramirez with a great turn, but Beto with another phenomenal save. Even in, clear-cut one-on-one opportunities, he's coming up with unbelievable saves. So we still are at 0-0. As we head into second half stoppage time. Bertrand Traore runs out of space here, can't get the cross in. Has Pedro on support though, gets it onto his right foot, whips the cross in. Willian with the header, and that finally is a 1-0 lead for Chelsea in this Champions League group stage game. We are going to win the game 1-0 and get ourselves off to a winning start thanks to that last gasp effort from Willian. Really, really pleased that we were able to get 3 points from that game. We dominated it, but Beto was seemingly determined not to let me get 3 points and a goal in that one, but we were able to keep the clean sheet, and we were on for a point until Willian popped up with that very well-timed header to give us 3 points. We're hoping for a similar result in this one at home against Arsenal. Obviously, this fixture has just been played in real life in controversial circumstances, with 2 red cards for Arsenal and a 2-0 victory for Chelsea, thanks to Diego Costa's roughness on the pitch and tenacity and just downright dirtiness, to be completely honest, getting Gabriel sent off. And Gabriel starts here for Arsenal, as does Danny Welbeck out wide. They've actually played Alexis Sanchez up top as a striker in this one and dropped Giroud to the bench. So we know that they're not going to be quite as physical up top. Although, to be fair, Alexis Sanchez is quite a strong physical player, but obviously doesn't quite have the presence of someone like Olivier Giroud. So kind of got the feeling that we wouldn't necessarily be having to worry about crosses in this game. It was more Arsenal playing the Arsenal way and trying to play it around me rather than over the top or obviously out wide to then get it into a man to pop in a header. But Petr Cech was on hand to keep us out a couple of times in the opening stages. We're going to have a corner here thanks to Eden Hazard. In it comes. Up goes Gary Cahill, but Cech punches it clear. Drops only as far as Willian, though. He's going to get a shot in. And again, well saved down low by Cech. And again, a phenomenal reaction save from the Cech to keep out Paul Pogba at the back post. Just throws out a big curly toe with his left foot and he keeps it out. No idea how he was able to keep us out there with numerous saves. Ridiculous stuff from Petr Cech. Goalkeepers causing me all sorts of problems in today's episode. Beto on top form, and so far in this one, so's Petr Cech. I was kind of frustrated. Well, I was very frustrated at this point, thinking, surely not again. A goalkeeper isn't going to play out of his skin to keep me out for a whole game again. Is he? We were hoping not, but Danny Welbeck pushes down the right-hand side here, only in the 25th minute, so plenty of chances so far. Pastore flicks it on, and Alexis just throws himself at that, rather than being composed and just arriving with a side-foot volley. Just took that chance in the complete wrong fashion and wasn't able to get it into the back of the net, and it was a simple save for Thibaut Courtois. Matic so goes on a really nice run here. Brilliant turn by Cesc Fabregas, and after numerous incredible saves, Petr Cech then makes a mistake to let us take the lead 5 minutes into the second half. No concerns there about Cesc Fabregas celebrating against the former side. Defender overcommits there, and Cesc gets the turn in at just the right time, but Cech will be really disappointed with that save. He's obviously been able to get quite a bit on it, but should have kept it out as far as I'm concerned. He made, saves that were even better from even more gilt-edged chances from us in the first half, and that was surely a run-of-the-mill one-on-one chance that he should have saved, but he didn't keep it out. Gary Cahill, though, got a block in there to keep Arsenal out. They brought on Mesut Ozil, as you can see in the top left, for Javier Pastore. Brilliant corner routine here. Ramsey with a great shot. Drops to Courtois. Danny Welbeck then swings and misses. Willian's clearance hits Azpilicueta on the heels. Drops to Arteta. He turns inside. Will find a teammate. Sanchez gets it to Santi Cazorla, and his shot fizzes over the top of the bar. So we live to fight another day in the second half. And on the roundabout the hour mark, we have ourselves still the 1-0 lead, but they come in close now, threatening to get themselves back on level terms. Hazard just toying with the defenders here, trying to find the right time to pass the ball off to Diego Costa. Good turn from Costa here, and a brilliant finish, it has to be said. Wonderful whipped finesse shot into the far bottom corner. This time Petr Cech could do absolutely nothing about that one. I don't think he expected me to have the shot there, to be completely honest, and when our first touch was like that and I got the turn in there, I wasn't expecting me to have the shot either. With 3 defenders between him and the goal, how Diego Costa's been able to squeeze that in the bottom corner, I don't know, but I'm glad that he did, because we replicate the scoreline, at least, from the weekend's game, although, of course, there was 11 versus 11 for the entire 90 this time around, rather than 2 red cards for Arsenal. So a new week, and obviously a new training session, and still players continuing to grow. Not quite able to get Papi Djilabodji up to 79 rated just yet, but our Scout Future Star goalkeeper continues to grow quite well. He's now 60 rated, despite only getting a D rating in that particular training session. So we head into the Capital One Cup for the second time in this series. Obviously, we played Millwall in the first round, or the third round, as it was, the first round that we were involved in. And were able to come away with a pretty comfortable 4-0 scoreline after, playing a heavily rotated and quite young side. So I was going to stick with the youngsters that got us through against Millwall, against the side that we've already played this season in the league, West Bromwich Albion, and obviously we're able to get a 1-1 draw against them. So hoping for a better scoreline here, if possible, to go through in the Capital One Cup. But they're playing Salomon Rondon up top again. And I mentioned last time we played them, Salomon Rondon is renowned for me on FIFA to just completely tear me apart, and he always scores against me. So he did so in the game we played against him in the league. Was he going to again here? We don't know. But we had the first chance of the game, but Ben Foster makes a good save from the header in the opening few stages. But we were continuing to be on top here. As you can see, Loftus-Cheek gets the ball up in the midfield. Going to lay it across to Ramirez. Obviously not an entire fielded 11 of young players. Ramirez, you need that little bit of experience in there, so that's why players like Ramirez and I think John Terry at the back were involved in this particular game. Actually, I may have gone with John Stones and Papi Djilabodji, thinking about it. But West Brom are about to have their first chance of the game. As you can see, Christian Gamboa gets it into Stefan Sessegnon. He's got 5-star weak foot, and that was a brilliant effort. You'll see from the replay, that was destined for the top corner. He almost looped it into the bottom, into the top of the net. You can see it swerving away. Brilliant save by Thibaut Courtois. I meant to play Asmir Begovic in this one, obviously because it's a cup game and we have 2 top-class goalkeepers. I just simply forgot to rotate the goalkeeper out. I rotated the first team 11, but forgot the goal, or first outfield 10, but forgot the goalkeeper. So apologies to Asmir Begovic, who unfortunately misses out on a game, but We're continuing to be on top here in the second half, trying to force our way in front. Obviously, it was actually West Brom that went in front against us in the league in the game we played earlier on this week. But we're going to come so close to taking the lead, not once but twice. Brilliant header from Gamboa to just deny Kennedy there. That was destined for the top corner. Again, similar to Sessegnon's shot earlier on, but it just unbelievable last-ditch defending. Sorry, from the right back to just leap and with the top of his head grazed that over the top of the bar. Brilliant last-ditch defending, but we were still going to come forward again and again. Oscar's played through clean in behind here, and this time we are able to take the lead in front of those Chelsea fans. I wanted to go and celebrate in front of them, but ended up running into the side netting, unfortunately. So Oscar had to just stick with celebrating next to the goal net. But lovely ball down the line from Ruben Loftus-Cheek here. Cuts inside nicely, lays it across to Oscar. Bit of space for him, trying to shove off the defender, and does so quite well, but then tries to turn it back into Pedro. Lovely turn from Peders as well. He has the shot from the edge of the box, and that flashes just wide of the post. Obviously, Pedro scored a very good goal against Walsall in the Capital One Cup this week in real life as well, in this exact fixture, in fact. Obviously, Chelsea brushing past Walsall to, was it 4-1, I think, in the end, to go through to the fourth round. So we'll try and get ourselves in front here, or keep ourselves in front here if we can, but no. That man again, Salomon Rondon, arrives at the back post to score for West Bromwich Albion in the 86th minute to ensure that we go to extra time. I brought on Casey Palmer off the bench here, as you can see, trying to torment the back line with just some fresh legs, but the dink ball over the top doesn't quite come off. Then it's a really tired challenge from Gareth McCauley, just chops Casey Palmer down from behind. It's definitely a free kick. I was thinking it was going to be a red card. The way the referee kept pointing at him was like, you, come here, you, yes, you. I'm going to send you off. No? Okay, I'm only just going to warn you. Fine, fair enough. Well, we'll take the free kick then. Unfortunately, we didn't have a free kick specialist in the side, so I gave it to Bertrand Traore, 27 yards out in the last minute of the game, and he does it. Bertrand Traore whips the free kick into the bottom corner. I got an accomplishment for that as well, for bending the ball around the wall with a curved free kick. Exquisite technique from Bertrand Traore, who is really proving to be quite the youngster in this series. Obviously, we had an episode titled after him a couple of days ago, saying Bertrand Traore equals the best youth player ever, and he's continuing to prove that so far in this series. We have managed to boost ourselves up to 7th in the league thanks to that win over Arsenal, who are having a poor season so far. As you can see, still down there in 13th, Liverpool in 14th. Still Man City that lead the way, though, with 6 wins from 6 so far this season. Man United, their City rivals, sat just behind them, having won 5 of their opening 6 as well. And we're now only 2 points outside of 5th place in the Europa League, and only 1 game now, 3 points away from Leicester in the Champions League spot. So things are coming together for us now in this series. Hopefully we can continue to put together a good run of form. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, whether it be this series or the My Players series or the Wolfsburg Career Mode series, which obviously will come to you later on tonight as well, episode 6 of which will be up around about 8 PM. If you don't know what and when I upload, then check the description of any particular video and you'll see a schedule in there, and on the About tab of the channel page as well. As you can see on screen, there are all of my social media usernames. There are links to all of them in the description down below. Feel free to follow me on all of them, and on Twitch as well, where I'll be streaming Career Mode later on tonight, so check the Twitch channel over there and follow that particular channel as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.